Could you start by introducing yourselves and just tell me where you're based?
Hi, I'm Luis Huckstadt. I'm a senior lecturer in marine ecology at the University of Exeter.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lauren Biermann, and I'm a marine Earth observation scientist based at Plymouth Marine Laboratory in Plymouth.
Hello, I'm Dr. Simon Ingram. I'm an associate professor of marine conservation based at the University of Plymouth.
I'm going to read out the title of your PhD project, Developing a Novel System to Monitor the Status of Coastal Ecosystems in Southwest England using a complementary approach from remote sensing to marine top predators. Could you tell me where the idea for this project originated?
The idea comes from the fact that it's a well-known fact that if you work with marine top predators, we usually use to describe them as sentinels of the ecosystems. By the time that we are able to actually tell what's happening in the ecosystem, these animals are already suffering. So we wanted to switch a little bit the concept and actually trying to gain information about the structure of the ecosystems. So I was thinking about the idea of putting together this concept of using archive samples that haven't already been collected and all that ecological information that you can gain from there, and then put it together with a proven way to actually monitor ecosystems, which is remote sensing.
Simon and Lauren, how did you become involved then?
So I'm one of the scientists that spent a long time actually doing monitoring of coastal marine mammal populations. And as Lewis explained, there is always this problem with if you're trying to detect a decline in a population, the problem is by that point, the changes that have happened are almost too late to turn the management around to have a positive conservation outcome.
For my PhD, I looked at the movement patterns of a top predator, the southern elephant seal, in the Antarctic Ocean. And I would love to be able to contribute to understanding how animals are reacting and acting within the marine environment in order to understand how we can better protect them and better serve them going forward.
Can you just tell me about the range of the supervisory team? And it's very interdisciplinary, isn't it?
Yeah, so besides the three of us, we also have Stuart Bierhoff, who's a stable isotope guru at the University of Exeter, Ruth Williams from the Cornwall Wildlife Trust, and she's going to be making the link basically between us and all the stakeholders that have to be with conservation and management of nature, basically, in the southwest of England. And then there's Rob DeVille from the Cetacean Stranding Investigation Program, and that's a very strong collaboration that we have with them, because they are the ones that actually are collecting the samples that we're going to be using for this study.
They'll be inducted into the university processes, and there'll be a structured path for the student as they progress through their course. There will be in-house training specific to the PhD skills, but also there'll be generic PhD postgraduate skills that they'll be engaging with.
It's also very much about understanding the shoulders upon which you're building your work in order to be able to fit those puzzle pieces together. I think that this kind of project is going to serve someone with a jack of all trades kind of approach to science. You'll be able to learn about remote sensing. You'll be able to learn about how to pull data together. The isotope analysis stuff is really cool. And I think the student will come out of this PhD just really having really broad sort of skills and a really nice understanding of where they might want to take their work forward.
I think the perfect candidate is someone that has interest in getting a holistic view of the ecosystem. So someone that is actually more interested in processes and how the ecosystem works together. That's probably one of the best candidates that we're going to hopefully get for this project.
It's an indoor and outdoor project, is it?
We might actually have to do a little bit of fieldwork, but most of the project actually is lab-based or computer-based.
In a way, marine remote sensing can still be considered a relatively new science. It's progressing so quickly all the time. We struggle to get people with the kinds of skills that this PhD will provide. And so if they love remote sensing as much as I do, this is very much a field that is waiting for them, and they will not struggle to find employment in remote sensing.
Developing novel tools and using sort of really cutting edge techniques and combining sort of lab chemistry with remote sensing data will put the PhD graduate right at the cutting edge of where science is in understanding the dynamic processes in the oceans and how we can best manage top predators that are reliant on those processes. So I think this will be filling a niche that is really valuable as we go forward.
Finally, how would you like potential applicants to contact you? What would be the best way?
Either one of us can actually answer questions, and we're happy to answer any inquiries that you may have about the project.